number 19, and we still have our technical difficulties problems. We're supposed to get the new computer today, so...
Yep, it will arrive, and I am Lucas with Surf Training Factory, and this is...
Salome.
Alright, so, for you guys that are, again, listening on the podcast, the audio is not going to be the best because we don't have our microphone with us. But we're gonna try to, keep our voices raised. That's why, that way you guys can actually hear something.
Yeah.
If it's echoey and everything, we apologize.
So
we should have it fixed by next week.
100% we'll have it fixed by next week.
Actually, the laptop might arrive while we're doing this, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, I had to put a sign out and say, please do not ring the doorbell and do not knock on the door. So
that's right.
Because their knocks are like cop knocks and they're crazy.
That's right. So today, we're talking about
the best surf wax that you guys can use. And you can find out all the information in our recommended surf gear pages. Surf gear page under surf wax. Yes.
That's right. And really, there's so many different types of waxes out there. It really comes down to preference, what you think is going to be better for you. Now, we're going to be talking about our personal,
favorite, but it's an opinion based.
Right, our personal experience and what we like, and it also will depend on where you surf as well. So,
sex wax has been around for years and years and years and years.
Long time.
For decades now. So they're very popular. Obviously now there's new technology and new companies that make better waxes, to my opinion. But they have been around for years.
Yeah, so you really can't, if you go to a shop and you see that one, you really can't go wrong with it just because
it smells so good.
They've been around for so long. Yeah, some people use it in their car to make it smell better even though they melt.
Sex wax smells the best. Out of all of them, it's the best smell.
If you're talking about smells, that's what you're going to go for. And if you're in a pinch and you need some cologne, you just rub that on your neck.
Okay, maybe not. Maybe not. Don't do that.
Okay,
don't do what Lucas does.
Sorry, I don't do that. But anyways, so, sex wax has been around for a long time. And if you've been surfing for a long time, obviously you've seen that. If you're going into the surf shop, you might be going crazy with all the different waxes, unless the surf shop as well already knocked out the ones that they believe that are not good.
They usually try to do that.
Yeah.
Their writers would test out some wax and say, hey, I don't like this one, I like this one, and then they kind of go off of that. But the most populars that you're going to find are going to be sticky bumps, which we're going to talk about, are going to be Mrs. Palmer's or Mr. Palmer's.
I think it's Mrs. Palmer's, right?
Mrs. Palmer? I swear I used to surf with Mrs.
You'll see Palmer's, and that's the one.
Palmer's, but I think it's Mrs. Palmer's.
Yeah, I think so.
And then sex wax are around there as well. They're usually in the shops still.
Yeah. And now, wax in general, for you guys starting out, it is crucial for surfing. You need to have wax on your surfboard, or else you're going to be slipping off that thing like
you're not going to
crazy.
Understand what's going on. You're going to try to get up and you're just going to slip off.
You're going to slip, your hands are going to slip, your face is going to hit the board. It's just not going to be a good time. You might stand up, and again, if you try to do it, if you try to do a turn, I've done it. It's not fun. I just did it to make fun of myself, and just have a good time. Okay. And you try to do a turn, and you go, and the board stays. Or the board goes and you stay.
Usually the board goes.
Right. Again, we talked in one of the episodes that a lot of people now are putting the traction pad all over on the tail of the board and in the middle.
I want to try.
So you're not really using
you're
not using too much wax. But again, when you're starting out with the wax. It's the easiest thing. It's the cheapest thing compared, $2 on most shops. Compared to, what a traction pad would cost, I don't know, anywhere from $20 to $50 or something like that.
Yeah. Right. And they're the bigger ones, so like $70. But waxes, I don't even know if you can say waxes, but they used to be $1 and now they're $2, which is not that big of a deal, but it made a big difference, for sure, on how many you buy. And then, you need wax, but if you have a soft top, you don't necessarily need it.
No. Could you use it? Yes, you could.
But you don't have to.
You don't necessarily need it. Again, now if you're more advanced and you're doing awesome moves on it. It will definitely help. You already know that though. Again, we're talking more to the people starting out and trying to figure out, there's so many waxes, what am I going to use here?
Yeah, and you're always going to need it for grip. 100%, you're going to need it for grip. And it's pretty small, so it usually fits in your pocket, or, you know, it comes in like this little box, and it's easy to carry around. Yeah. It's not hard at all.
No, and again, if you've tried different ones, and maybe, you know, the top 3 that we've mentioned here, it's not one of them, please let us know. Yeah, because maybe we haven't tried it, and we'd like to try it as well. And again, as you go to different countries might have different types of waxes as well, which I would love to try that, you know. Yeah. Not everything gets to the U.S., so we'd like to try those things out.
Okay, so we're going to talk about our 3 favorite, starting 1, 2, 3, top 3 surf wax that we like to use all the time.
Yep.
First one.
So first one, Sticky Bumps.
Tour Series.
Tour Series.
They have a bunch of different wax, but the Tour Series is definitely our favorite.
Right. In general, it's just the more all-around type of wax. It's not too sticky, and it's also, you know, some waxes I've put on and I don't really feel like they do anything. They just put the bumps on my board, and I'm not really sticking to it as much as I would like to do it.
Yeah. So the traction is really good.
The traction, yeah, for the Tour Series is really, really good.
Yeah, the grip lasts like a while. You know, it's a long-lasting grip, because there's some waxes that you put on, and then after like 2 days, the grip is not there anymore, and you have to put it on again, and you have this like super thick grip. Yeah. But this one is like, it's really nice when you run out of wax that you can just kind of use your fingers and your nails to kind of make it re-grip again.
Yeah, some people just use shells. And you just scratch it up. You know, say you don't want to use your nails, you just use that shell to scratch up your wax to bring up the other, you know, the wax that's under the stuff that you've already been laying on and stepping on. And the cool thing about it is that this wax, from our experiences, we've been able to mix it with other waxes without a problem. Some waxes just don't mix with another type, and you're gonna feel like, hey, it's a fresh wax anyways, let me put this over, and it just doesn't stick the same. Okay, so this one you could use, if you had to put another type of wax, you could use the Sticky Bumps on top of the other ones. Right,
and it doesn't melt so bad. Like when you're surfing and you're sitting on it, it doesn't ruin your shorts as much. Obviously, it's going to be on your shorts. Yeah. And it's going to be on your bikini, but it's not ruining it forever, because we have shorts and bikinis that are just wax.
Yeah, well, again, I have shorts that I just use for surfing, because those are the ones that are getting more ruined. You know, I don't do a brand new pair of shorts all the time when I'm surfing. Yeah. And also, just so you understand, when you put the wax, the sooner you put the wax on and go out, the more it's going to get stuck to your short. Yeah. So if you wax it like the night before, you know, let it sit there, or, you know, an hour or 2, and then go in the water and rub the excess out. Yeah, of course, don't let it melt. Don't put it on and then leave it in your car, because it's going to melt for sure all over the place. So I would suggest, you know, putting, you know, waxing your board, let it sit for a while, then jump in the water and rub the top of it out, just so you get just with your hands. That way you get the excess out, and it'll just, you know, fall off.
Yeah, yeah. And then what I like about the Tour Series is that you don't necessarily need a base coat. It's kind of like a wax that you can use by itself.
Oh, yeah, that's a whole,
Because some waxes you need to put a base coat.
You'll see it. It'll say base coat. So obviously, you're gonna put the base coat first. If you want to do that, painting. You can. Exactly. Just like painting, you put a primer on. So the base coat is going to be that primer before you put your, you know, latex, semi-gloss, gloss, whatever it may be.
But the Tour Series is kind of like already a base coat and the wax at the same time. So it allows us, you know, just to wax the board without having to do like extra work.
Same thing with painting, right? Some paints already come mixed in with a primer. That way you don't have to go ahead and put a primer on. Yeah. It's already going there. So same concept. If you kind of understand that, it helps you think about it. You could do that, right?
Yep, 100%. Now, second one that we like is Mrs. Palmer's. It used to be my favorite, but they just don't sell it so much where we are anymore. They just sell the Sticky Bumps. It is probably one of the oldest wax that has ever come out. I mean, I've had it since I'm like 6 years old, so
it's been around for a long time as well. It's definitely not my favorite. I used it one time and it just wasn't for me. Again, to each his own. But it's not a bad wax. But to me, there's better waxes out there. So I just will skip over the Mrs. Palmer.
The only thing with the Mrs. Palmer's is that you can't put another wax on top. It's just gonna go away and it's gonna ruin your whole grip, your whole traction.
Yeah,
that's not very cool.
It's not sold everywhere.
No,
and you know, most shops just sell that one type of Mrs. Palmer's and that's it.
Yeah, but professional surfers use it. It's very popular in the surf industry. Probably more popular than Sticky Bumps now, but I'm not very sure. But you know, it's been around for so long. It's just been around for so long, and it's pretty cool.
And as you know, anything that's been around for a long time, it's obviously good.
Right.
Because things that are not good in today's world, they're going to get blinked out of existence. You know, as soon as something crappy comes out, people are going to call the crap and, you know, it's not going to last. So Mrs. Palmer's has been around for a while. So
a long time.
Is it one that we recommend? We do recommend that, even though I said I don't really use it. It's still something that we would recommend for somebody to try out and see. You need to try different things to see which one you like, you know?
Yeah.
We give you our word and you will take that and mix and match, see which one's better.
Yeah, 100%. Just make sure you take all the wax out before you try something new.
Yeah. Again, so let me backtrack 1 second. Are we going to cover the tropical and for...
Yeah, we're going to cover it next.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure that, because I did mention that Mrs. Palmer's like one type that you're grabbing, the original one, and that's what you're stick with.
Yeah, but we'll talk about it next, the different wax that exist depending on where you live and where you're surfing.
Yes.
So our number 3 is a Sex Wax Quick Hum. So it's the newest technology that they have, because there's a sex wax that are kind of like see-through.
Yeah, that was what the original was.
Or there's like pink looking ones and blue looking ones, but
not my style. Not the colors, but the consistency of it, the grip of it is just not my thing.
Like I said, it smells amazing.
It does smell amazing. Sex wax is definitely another good one that we can have.
Yeah, the Quick Humps is the newest technology. They've just made it better over the years, and professional surfers use it all the time, so it's obviously not bad at all. It's just, like we said, it's your preference and your opinion.
All these types of waxes professional surfers use, so again, it's just going to depend on what they like, but also take always into consideration that what the surfers are wearing and using, a lot of the times it's their sponsor, so it's not necessarily what they really love, but you have somebody throwing... Sometimes, but when you're starting out and you have somebody that's like, I'm going to give you $1,000 worth of clothing, instead of you spending $1,000 worth of clothing on your own, you're going to jump with that even if it's the best one for you or not, until you become some ninja, Mick Fanning, Kelly Slater, Gabriel Medina, and so on and so forth. Then you can kind of pick and choose what you want.
100%.
A whole different story.
And with the sex wax, it can get a little too soft.
It can, yes.
For some reason, it kind of just gets soft. I have tried that one. And it just stays on your clothes more than the other one.
Same concept. The more you give it time to sit there, the better. But still, I still find that it will get sticky. And if you have a wetsuit, you're going to see that on your wetsuit. You're going to see that on your shorts. And you might even have some patches of just fiberglass on your board that's missing because the wax just stuck to your... Especially being super fresh.
Yeah. So these are our top 3, I can't talk today, but our top 3 surf wax that we like the most. And then we're just going to cover features to look forward to into buying the correct wax for you. So the first one is what you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, I did, because when you live in Florida, and I like Sticky Bumps best out of all of them. That's just my personal preference. And living in Florida, the water's so warm. Or you're going to El Salvador or Guatemala, the water is so warm, even warmer, exactly. And you want to make sure that you're actually getting a warm water wax, because you'll have an original one. You know, the first one that we talked about, the tropical...
no, it's just normal. The Sticky Bumps.
Yes, the Sticky Bumps. Yeah. Right. So you have the original one, and then you have the warm one, and then you have a cold water one, right? So you want to make sure that wherever you are in a tropical place that you're getting that warm water tropical wax.
Yep.
And when you are in a cold place
like California, and it says the degrees, the Fahrenheit on there.
That is, man.
So it just tells you like, hey, if you're surfing over 65 degrees, use this, and if you're surfing under it, use this.
Priceless.
It's so much easier.
Makes it easier on you for you know exactly.
Yeah.
So you need to carry a thermometer with you. I don't. No, you don't.
No.
I'm just playing. You don't have to carry a thermometer, especially if you live there. You know the time of year. If not, you can look at Swell Info, Magic Seaweed, Surfline, all these places. Will kind of tell you what the water temperature is. Again, just make sure you know, and make sure when you're starting out that you're looking at that to find out which one's going to be the best for your surf spot.
Yeah, 100%. Now the second thing that you want to look for is stickiness. How good does it stick, and how good it doesn't let you wipe out. Obviously, if you wipe out because you fell. But if it's something like your foot's not getting stuck, then you might want to consider something else. But it's, you know, it's a preference. So if it's too sticky, it's like, I don't like too sticky wax. It's just too much.
Yeah, there's that one, which one was it? The bubble gum I used?
Yeah, that's super sticky.
To me, again, it didn't make it to our top 3, but to me, that is way too sticky. Even when you're waxing the board,
it's like,
yeah, it's way too much. So again, I wouldn't use that, especially because it just ruins all the clothing. And just make sure too, when you're putting your wax and maybe you're slipping off the board, maybe you didn't put enough wax. So if you're starting out, you really need. We have a video on YouTube on the Surf Training Factory on how to wax your board the right way. I believe you were doing that video.
Yep.
So make sure you follow that. There are different ways to wax the board. This is just one way that she's been doing it for a long time, and it works well. Yeah. So make sure you follow that. That way you're not just putting one coat or you think it's just enough, and you're slipping off and you're like, this wax sucks. When it's really not the wax, or it's your wax job.
Yeah, make sure you're waxing it the right way to make sure you know what you're feeling.
Once you do that, then you can go ahead and judge and pick and choose which one's going to be the best for you.
Yeah. And then the durability, am I saying it right?
Mm-hmm.
Durability, you know, over time, like how long does it take for it to become too soft?
Yeah.
Or if there's no grip left. Because when we go on surf trips and we run out of wax, we run out of wax. There's nowhere you can buy wax. Like, we go to remote places that there's no option.
No, you come stacked up with your waxes because if it runs out, you're done.
And it's probably like $4 instead of $2.
100%. So, because they know you need it. And you're gonna need it for surfing, and they jack up the price.
Yep. Now, so make sure that you pick a wax that has like that longer durability. Obviously, if you're going to surf trip, pack ahead. But that's just, you know, something else to look for. And
100%. I think that you can, you know, say you go and you know you have waves for like 5 days. You pick one style of wax. You're starting out, and you put that on, and you see how well it sticks all the way to the last day. And the next time fall comes around, or if you're in a place that has waves all the time, God bless you, because we don't have it here in Florida. You'll do the same thing with the next wax, and the same thing with the next wax, so you can see which one is lasting longer, because you don't want to buy wax and, you know, in 2 days it's completely gone just because it doesn't last very long.
Right.
So durability is a huge thing if you don't want to keep spending $2 all the time. Yeah,
and then the fact that like how long it takes to melt is huge too. So like with the sticky bombs, if you put it in the sun, obviously it's gonna melt, but it's gonna take a little bit for it to melt. So some waxes just melt.
Just completely
and then
drip off your board.
It's great and everything until it's all over your car.
Right, all over your car, all over your floor, all over anything.
Not so much fun anymore.
No, not at all.
And make sure that the wax that you take comes with a paper box, or that you have a box with it. Like sex wax come with a plastic wrap. Not that good, just because where are you going to store it now? But like sticky bombs and Mrs. Palmer, you can just put it back in the box so it doesn't go all over your car seats. Because once that does, I don't know how to take that out.
Yeah, you know, like kind of like you can use, some places already sell these little wax boxes or plastic ones, just like where you have like maybe a mouth guard. You put, you know, if you did any other sports, so you had a mouth guard, there's a little box, and you put it, it's a plastic like that, little plastic box. And you really can use anything you want, just something where it's not going to get stuck and you're going to have to like dig it with a spoon to get your wax out.
Yeah, it's happened, so take it from my experience.
Also, you want to, again, what Salme had spoken about before is how well does it mix with other waxes, right?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, if it doesn't mix with the other waxes and you run out of wax and the other person only has something else, then what are you going to do, you know? I mean, most people have kind of the same wax, like from what is popular nowadays.
And depending the time of weather that you're in, you know, if it's hot, is it cold, that's usually what's going to happen.
Yeah, but, you know, you just want to make sure that you're getting the wax that you can mix with others, because if you can't, it's just going to come off. I don't know how that happens, it just comes off.
Yeah, it comes off and it's just not going to stick to your feet.
Yeah,
you're going to have little holes where the wax stuck and where it didn't, and sometimes you wax and it brings up the other wax, so the wax sticks to the wax, and you have no more wax. It's crazy. It gets really frustrating fast.
Yes.
Yeah.
And make sure you pick a wax that's pretty easy. Obviously all waxes are pretty easy to put on, but some are a little harder. Mm-hmm. So try to pick something that's kind of easier that waxes the entire board, not like buying 3 different bars for one surfboard.
That's no good.
One bar does both of our surfboards and more easily.
Yeah, and then we still have a little left nugget for the next day to just kind of like put a little fresh coat on top.
Yeah, unless you're longboarding and you're literally waxing all the way to the nose, then one bar will do it all.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's pretty much all the things to look for.
Super simple.
Features to look for into buying a wax, and obviously try it out and see what you like better. It might not be the same one as us, but let us know which one that you like better. You know, there's bubblegum, there's monkey wax, I think it's called.
I think that's from Sticky Bump as well.
It's from Sticky Bump.
But again, it doesn't matter. They just make different types.
Series.
You don't have to use every single type that Sticky Bump comes out with.
Yeah, Ramachata has a wax. There's too many to name everything. But
make sure to also that if you're from another country and you guys make a different kind of wax,
let us know.
Let us know because we'd love to. Send it to us. We'll pay for the shipping. Yeah. We would love to just see different types of wax. Maybe it's one that we fall in love with and we just order overseas. I don't care. Yeah,
for sure. And hopefully we'll have our own wax soon.
That'd be cool. That would be cool. That would be a tough one to come up with what, you know,
technology-wise.
Technology-wise, a Sticky Bump, make sure with a little bit of something else to be the perfect wax for us, which we know it's going to be the perfect for a lot of other people because there's so many people in the world, you know?
Yeah, 100%. So thank you so much for today, guys. So sorry about the sound. Hopefully it'll be better next week, or it should be better next week.
Yeah. Don't forget to like, to comment, to share this with everybody.
And let us know which is your favorite so we can kind of see what you guys are talking about too, because we need different opinions.
Yep, 100%. And we will see you guys on the next episode.
Did that land on me? No.